lineup for the Brownsboro Bears. Number 4, shortstop, Hudson Childers. Number 8, left fielder, Harley Peacock.
Well, good evening, baseball fans. Welcome to round 1 of the 4A baseball playoffs. Pleasant Grove Hawks have made the trip down to Winsboro, Texas to take on Brownsboro, the Brownsboro Bears. Of course, Pleasant Grove from Texarkana, Brownsboro just outside of Tyler. And, Jay, we've had Tuesday baseball, Friday baseball, a couple of Saturday baseball games. Why not a little bit of Wednesday night baseball as we try to dodge the weather?
Well, we get to play 2 games tonight.
Yep.
So we'll have game 2 following this one 30 minutes after the completion of the first game. And I think that most of the fans tonight, including myself, want the 2 wins for Pleasant Grove. So
absolutely.
Have the rest of the week off.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Fincher, and I said, hey, we got a lot of rain coming tomorrow. Rather not try to get Hawk Field ready after a bunch of soupy rain, so why don't you try to get 2 wins? And he said, well, that's the plan. And so we'll see how that goes this evening. Game 1 tonight, the Hawks will be the home team. And so we will start out in the field, starting for Pleasant Grove out there on defense. Jarrett Halter is going to be the starting pitcher. And you know, Jarrett has not started a game in quite some time, Jay. He started some tournament games at the beginning of the year, and then really was just kind of nursing a little bit of a sore arm, and Coach Fincher wanted to have him ready for the playoffs, and so it'll be good to see if he can maybe get some of the rust off and see how he does starting a game. He has come into relief a few times.
Well, he's coming in with an ERA of 1.37, and you know, like you said, he has been held out a few games, but still has a lot of innings pitched because he was used early in the season. And I always like to see that strikeout to innings pitched stat, and he is second on the team with 35 strikeouts and only 30 innings pitched. So his ability to be able to get folks out just himself has got to make this defense feel very, very comfortable with him being on the mound, even though he has not started a lot this year.
Absolutely. His battery mate, a familiar face behind the plate there, Cade Martin, will be the catcher. Ty Boozer over at first base. Brenton Clark will be at second base. Spencer Browning will be manning shortstop with Halter on the mound. And Christian May getting the start at third base. He'll be pinch hit for by Buck Anderson, the designated hitter. Out in left field, the Hawks will have Jace Elrod. Hunter Rose, who pitched the final game last week against Liberty Iowa, will be playing center field, and Landon West will be in right field. Now we're going to turn it over to the crowd mic, and please join us for the national anthem. So a national anthem there by Chris Stapleton to get us kicked off here. Again, Brownsboro will start off batting tonight. Leading off for them is going to be number 4, Hudson Childers. The Bears come into tonight's game 9-14 overall, 3-6. They are the 4th place team coming out of their district. The Pleasant Grove Hawks 21-8-1 overall, 15-1, and the district champions winning that game this last Saturday against Liberty Ilo. The Leopards with a game tonight over in Hooks, and so we wish our district opponents the best of luck. And Jay, this is that time of the year we were talking about earlier. You look at it on paper, seems like the Hawks should have an advantage, got some stuff, but you've got to get out here and play your best baseball, because there have been some good teams sent home over the years when it comes to the playoffs.
Yeah, and you go back and look at the schedule and just see if they had any common opponents, and they only had one, and that was against the Pittsburgh Pirates, where they played them in a tournament, and that is the only tie that the Brownsboro Bears have. And if you go back and look at the Pleasant Grove season, they handled Pittsburgh quite well in each of their matchups. So just on paper, when you start looking at batting averages and pitching stats, Pleasant Grove definitely is a little bit deeper and maybe has a stronger team on paper. But, it doesn't matter because you're in the playoffs now. So the season starts today for both of these teams. And so we'll see how these Brownsboro Bears match up to these Pleasant Grove Hawks. And we'll get this first pitch underway here shortly.
And so Childers stepping into the box for the PA announcer kind of getting himself mixed up there. But again, Hudson Childers stepping into the box. He's batting .421 this year for Brownsboro. Halter, the man on the hill for Pleasant Grove. He looks at strike one.
Yeah, Childers is only the second senior on this starting 9 tonight.
Yeah, I knew they had a young team. This one over to third base, and we talked about it. Christian May getting the start over on third base, and probably the first start of the season for him.
Yeah, I believe so. He had
there.
plenty of action running the base pads for Caden Martin with 2 outs in most situations. Allow Cade to get his equipment back on.
Childers looks at his first ball. Fouls this one off again. He's got on top of those last couple of pitches. That one a little off speed there from Jarrett. And that one down the middle, and Childers will go down looking. And you talked about the strikeouts to inning ratio for Halter. He has been a strikeout pitcher, and that one he does on his own in 5 pitches.
Yeah, that was a curveball that came back across the plate for Halter.
Little blooper over to second base and out. That is number 8, Harley Peacock, the left fielder, and that ball took just a little bit to get over to Brenton Clark, but he's able to field it and makes a good throw over to Ty Boozer to get out the second out of the inning. Next up now is number 7. He'll be the starting pitcher on the other side tonight. This is Carson Dingler.
And he is definitely able to work himself on the base. His batting average is coming in at .333, but his on-base percentage is .540.
So he looks at a ball on the first pitch and fouls this one back into the net just to the right of us, and will be knotted 1-1.
Yeah, a little 84 degrees, feels like 87, just a little bit of wind.
Dingler with a hit over to shortstop. And a little bit high as Spencer Browning led Ty Boozer off the bag, and so Dingler able to get there. That was going to be a close play as it was. And the the throw just a little bit off. Of course, Browning normally playing third base over there with Halter at short. And so maybe just a little bit of different angle on the throw there. And now we have a pinch runner coming in for the batter. This is number 2, Logan Epperson. He is a freshman out there for the Bears. 2 outs here in the first. The Bears with 1 on. And the batter now is number 3, Carson Crosby, the right fielder. He looks at ball 1.
Yeah, Dingler being the pitcher, getting pulled for a pinch runner, the strategy behind playing 2 games today has got to come into play this first game for sure.
Yeah, and that's, one of those things. You want to jump out, you want to get an early lead, but you certainly can't use everybody up in game 1. And, yeah, probably want to try to conserve as much energy for that young man as they can. Halter, a little inside pitch here, gets a strike. Evens the count now at 1 apiece. Jarrett sends Epperson back into the bag.
Epperson had a good head on his shoulder there to get back in time.
Strike number 2, and Crosby just unable to catch up with that one, and that ball just tailed away from the right-handed hitter. You can see they crowd the plate. We talked about that last week in the Liberty-Ilo game. We'll see a similar approach here from Brownsboro. That pitch inside, Crosby does a good job just to fight it off.
Yeah, I like it when we're able to sit more directly behind the catcher. Get to see a better view of where that ball is actually getting framed up by these catchers.
And Epperson had a little bit too big of a lead. Halter turns over and gets him, and that's the way the top half of the first ends. 1 man left on base, no runs scored for the Bears. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
My name is Doug Willett. I own M&M Tire and Auto Center. We've been here for over 40 years. We're just a mom and pop place. We service any type of vehicle that you can think of. We do front end alignments. We've got the best front end alignment machine guys here. And we also do AC work for the new Freon, which is the 1234 FY. We do that too. Plus tires. Now that's the major thing. Cooper Tire employees, we're really special with them. We give you 15% off, plus also you get your Goodyear employee refunds back on your tires, which is great for you. Extra value is what you get when you buy from Doug Willett. Don't worry, my guys will take care of you too.
Welcome back here to Winsboro.
A baseball game.
A baseball game, thank you. I did say Pleasant Grove Hawk football, and we said that a few times in the fall, Jake, but we are watching baseball indeed, so sorry about that. Zach Doty over here, our producer, does a good job of trying to keep us in line, and sometimes I think he's just exasperated by us, but you know what? We figured out what we're doing. The Hawks set to come up here in the bottom half of the first. Leading off for Pleasant Grove will be number 2, Brenton Clark. Also up will be Jarrett Halter, the pitcher, and number 19, Spencer Browning, shortstop for this evening. We talked about it. Carson Dingler, the pitcher for Brownsboro. Dingler with a 3.06 ERA. He's pitched 43.1 innings for them, by far their most prolific pitcher. The next guy in terms of production is Childers, who has pitched 28 2/3 of an inning. And so Dingler has been their workhorse and the guy with the best ERA on the team at 3.06.
Well, both of these teams are going to ask their starting pitchers to take them deep into this first game just to make sure that each team has plenty of gas for the second game. But Dingler here to face Brenton Clark, the number 1 batter for Pleasant Grove, leading average on-base percentage, hits, singles, triples, and runs scored.
Clark, little foul ball on number 1. Clark batting from the left side. 10 home runs on the season for the leadoff second baseman.
I think that is 3 home runs.
Oh, I was looking at the bottom. My bad. Sorry, I was very surprised at that number. I was on the wrong line. Sorry about that. I was like, I really couldn't believe it was 10. There we go. This one straight back up the middle. Second baseman is going to get over there. That's Bobby Dobbs, but does not make the throw in time, and just a good hustle there by Clark. And the Hawks with a man on base. Number 4, Jared Halter, now the pitcher, coming up for Pleasant Grove.
Yeah, good speed there by Brenton Clark, running that slow roller to second base, and gives Halter somebody to move around.
The lefty Dingler now. He steps off. Let's take a minute to think about it.
Yeah, Brenton Clark definitely making some movement over there to try to catch his eye.
That pitch a little bit low. Halter showing bunt, pulls it back. And it'll be ball 1.
Pleasant Grove been known to play small ball before.
Halter on the bunt again, and again that one bounced up in the air. And Jay, we've seen that a few times this year where these Hawk batters just have a hard time getting that ball down. That one fortunately goes out of play, foul over on the right side.
Yeah, no harm, no foul on that one. Jared able to step back in the batter's box with 1-1 count, see what he can do with Brenton Clark on first.
Clark getting a good lead over there. Leland Morgan, big, tall first baseman for the Bears. And Halter looks at a high ball 2 as he moves ahead in the count 2-1.
Yeah, Halter showing some patience there. A little high heater coming in a little high.
Got a wind blowing from straight behind us, straight over center field. This time Halter with the bunt attempt again, fouled off to the right. This time it did get down quickly, though. Maybe just a little bit behind that one, and now knotted up at 2 apiece. And Jay, I think if somebody got one high going towards center field, this wind will probably give it an extra 10 feet or so.
Well, in this field, I believe, is the shortest field at center field that Pleasant Grove has played at this year, sitting at 362 feet, and it actually comes in from the alleys at 370.
This one a shot to second base. And this time, Dobbs fields it, gets it over Hunter Childers to get out the lead runner, Brenton Clark. However, they're unable to get it over to first base in time, and so Halter will reach first on a fielder's choice, and the Hawks still with one man on. The next man up is number 19, Spencer Browning, playing shortstop this evening.
Yeah, he's coming in with the team 349, or a batting average 349, was second on the team, and second on base percentage behind Mr. Brenton Clark. So he's got an opportunity to move Halter around.
And Spencer, his right toe all the way against the line on that batter's box, and so he's trying to own as much of the plate as he can as a right-hander facing the southpaw Dingler.
Browning is tied with the lead on home runs at 3 as well, so
but not 10.
Correct.
That was just a high looping curve there. In for a ball.
Stepping right on the line of the batter's box, Browning.
Dingler taking his time. Now he sends it this one inside, and they're going to say he got on the corner. Again, that's one of those that kind of looks like it's maybe way into you, but I think that's just the nature of Spencer crowding the plate like he was, and that one painting the inside corner there, and we're tied 1-1. Hit and run. This ball high out to right field. Crosby able to get under it, and that will send Halter back to first base. And 2 outs now for the Hawks as the cleanup man, the catcher number 24, Cade Martin, steps in. And so Browning came around on it, maybe just a little bit behind and under it, and it just got caught up in the air. And Carson Crosby had plenty of time to get to it.
You would expect the catcher to have a very good eye and ability to track that strike zone, and he is actually leading the team in walks with 23 and 2 home runs and has a .347 batting average.
Do what you can to get on base. Cade, one of the relatively small group of seniors on this team. He looks at ball one, a little bit low and outside.
Yeah, Halter is getting pretty aggressive out there on first base. Eager to touch second.
Maybe trying to get in Dingler's head just a little bit as well. He does throw back over there. But, Halter back in plenty of time.
The wind is still blowing directly out to center field.
Martin readies once again. And once again, Dingler checks on Halter. Everybody's reset. Everybody's happy. And now Cade Martin wants to take a little time. So a little bit of gamesmanship between pitcher and the guys on base, and maybe the batter and the pitcher. And now we'll see if everybody's ready for a pitch. Here it comes, and again a little bit high. This one gets away from the catcher Schneider, though, and Jared Halter will trot over to second base. And so now Cade Martin looking at 2 balls with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, Dingler's definitely taking an extra second or two to get set and take his time delivering to home plate.
Yeah, certainly not getting in a hurry. Now he checks back to second. This one high again and unable just to get it down, and he tries that little looping curve, and these Hawk batters laying off of it. From my vantage point, really looked like something I might want to try to swing at.
Well, and I think Dingler was wanting that call for sure.
This one a little bit outside, and sort of as you alluded to, Cade Martin with a good at-bat there gets himself on first with a walk. And now the lefty Hunter Rose will come up, and they are going to pinch run for Cade Martin. The man heading out there is number 10, Walker Wright. Wright plays right field some, also a pretty good pitcher for the Hawks, and now he'll get out here and get some base running in relief of Cade Martin. Hunter Rose now batting from the left side.
Rose has had limited time with a hand injury, but has come on here late and has played extremely well. Brings on another 342 batting average for the Pleasant Grove Hawks into the order.
That pitch from Dingler also pretty high. Snyder did a good job that time to get up and bring that one down to keep it from getting away and allowing the runners to advance. This one low, and Hunter Rose takes a big swing at it, just unable to catch up with it. Evens the count at 1-1. You can hear the wind in the microphones. It is still moving here, I guess, kind of in preparation of these fronts that are going to be coming through tomorrow. And this one is going to hit Rose just in the lower back on the right side. And he's going to take a walk to first, but I'm not sure he's too happy about it.
Yeah, it's probably best he's not pitching tonight. Yet.
So
we've got Landon West fixing to step in here with bases loaded and 2 outs.
Now batting is number 21, Landon West.
Looks like Rose wanted a few more seconds to rub that down before
yeah, that's right
play
there
is
in
called.
kind of right there in the kidneys, and you know that doesn't feel too good. So we do have bases loaded, 2 outs here. Landon West with an opportunity to put some runs on the board for the Hawks. He's batting .239 on the season.
13 RBIs, looking to add to that total tonight.
Again, this one high and outside. For ball one, and I tell you, I would almost make Dingler pitch him in there to me because he has not showed a great deal of control so far early in this first inning.
Well, West has drawn 11 walks already this season.
This one a strike just on the outside corner. Put a little bit of velocity on that one. And then showing bunt. I feel like I could probably pull this back. A little check swing. That one may be just a little too far outside. I think that's about as close as you can get without it being in there. And now it's 2 balls and a strike for Dingler.
Yeah, that's another pitch that Dingler thought could have gone the other way.
This will be his 21st pitch of the inning, and that will matter too with 2 games going on. I tell you, that one was inside, and West maybe could have got a free base in there, but
yeah, apparently
he might have looked at what happened to Hunter Rose and said, "No, I don't think so."
And that was a fastball, so I'll give him the business decision there to get out of the way.
Yeah, I don't want to stay in there and get hit. 3-1 now the count. Landon West fouls this one off to the right side, back toward the softball field, and we'll be full. On the next pitch, you can hear some of the Shakers in the background, the Hawk faithful who have made their way down here. Pretty good crowd at Winsboro on both sides. And they're really just a beautiful facility for the Red Raiders down here.
We had quite a few of the PG fans hit the same restaurant.
Yeah. There's not a whole lot of them. Now the Hawks with people moving. And West with the strikeout. And that'll end the first inning. All zeros after 1. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
All right, welcome back, baseball fans, as we get ready to start the second inning. Carson Crosby, the sophomore, is back up for the Bears. He was up to bat when the runner for Brownsboro was thrown out to end the bottom of the first. Jared Halter on his 14th pitch now. Starts off the second inning. This one, a strike on the inside corner of the plate. And he's quickly ahead of the count. Strike number 2, swing and a miss for Crosby, the right fielder. And this one, a shot towards center field. Hunter Rose with a beautiful diving catch to come up and get underneath that one. And Rose had to cover a pretty good amount of ground there. And the only thing he seems a little concerned about after that is maybe trying to get his belt back straight. And he's calling over to this. Yep, maybe his broke his belt buckle out there. So he can have a little bit of a wardrobe issue as we get him a change. Hunter Rose may. We'll make sure you got something to keep them pants up when you're running around out there in the field.
Well, I've busted a belt before, but it wasn't sliding.
It wasn't because you might have more to do with the Pizza Inn we were talking about earlier that we all shared. So they bring Hunter a new belt, and so he'll get himself re-squared away and get back out there. But just a great play. You know, Coach Fincher was on an interview this week, and he was talking about Hunter Rose and just kind of how smooth he was. He says he's really one of the most athletic kids that he's coached. He said he does everything, kind of makes it look effortless there, and you could see he just did a good job of closing on that ball and had to lay out to get to it. And then just popped up and said, hey, bring me a belt. Let's keep this thing going. But the Hawks with one out here in the top of the second inning.
Yeah, Hunter shows a lot of poise. He and a few of his other teammates actually had a little pressure added onto him when these colleges started announcing they wanted him on their teams early, and Hunter Rose has been able to handle that pressure of knowing that he's got a spot somewhere.
Lincoln Burton, the center fielder in now on the left side, swings at strike one. Now he fouls this one back. It'll be strike number 2, and Halter working at a little quicker pace than we saw from his counterpart, Carson Dingler. This one a little bit low, and Burton had to jump out of the way of the first inside pitch. That one inside as well. 2-2 the count now. Jarrett with the delivery. This one bouncing to first. Scooped up there by Ty Boozer. He stepped on the bag, and we've got 2 outs quickly here in the top of the second.
Now batting is number 9, Hunter Snyder.
Yeah, Cade's been doing a very good job framing Jarrett's pitches, but he has not had to move his glove very much at all, so Halter's hitting his spots tonight.
Hunter Schneider, the catcher for the Bears, now the man in from the right side. This one a little bit high. Yeah, Cade Martin, good experience back there behind the plate, but as you said, Halter seems to have good command starting here, and he's got this one 1-1 on the strike to Snyder. Quickly again, swing and a miss. Count is now 1-2. Foul ball off to the right side. That was the 25th pitch for Jarrett here, 2/3 of the way through the second inning. Dingler pitched 23 in the bottom half of the first. This pitch here, over to the shortstop. Spencer Browning scoops it up, fires. Ty Boozer fields it there easily. 1-2-3, down go the Bears. To start the second, we go to the bottom half of 2, knotted up at 0. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
Life is busy, and we get it. The State Bank mobile app was designed to make banking more convenient for you. Check account activity, make transfers, pay bills, and manage your debit card in a snap. You can deposit checks from the convenience of your home or wherever life lands you. The State Bank app lets you organize your accounts, manage alerts, and easily email our customer service experts. Now that you have State Bank at your fingertips, you can spend more time doing what's important to you.
Your family, your bank, State Bank.
All right, welcome back here to Winsboro as we get ready for the bottom of the second. Buck Anderson, the designated hitter, will be the first man up for the Hawks. And Jay, it's a great night if you're a baseball fan in Texarkana. All 4 Texarkana teams are in the playoffs. I think everybody's playing this evening. And the Texas High's playing down in Tyler, I think. And Liberty Ilo playing out in Hooks. Of course, we're here in Winsboro, Arkansas High, in the playoffs as well. And Texarkana with a great tradition of baseball, and hopefully this year we can see several of these teams make it pretty far.
Well, Pleasant Grove needing to forget about the first inning where they did leave bases loaded.
Yeah.
So we've got Buck Anderson here. See if he can make a difference here.
Always want to have maybe that one inning and kind of break things open, and maybe Buck here in the final 3 of the batting order be a catalyst for some of that. The lefty Dingler now. That pitch inside, ball 1. Always interesting to hear all the comments at a baseball field. Pitch straight down the middle as Buck watches it. 1 ball and 1 strike now. This one low, bouncing off the plate. So Dingler in the first inning seemed to have some problems with the ball getting a little bit too high. Maybe try to adjust a little too much because now he's had 2 down in the dirt. This one shot right back to the pitcher. He's able to field it. Little underhand toss over to Leland Morgan. Buck Anderson is out at first. Jace Elrod now, the left fielder. Coming up for the Hawks, the number 8 hitter.
Elrod coming in with a .310 batting average and looking to get on first base any way he can. He's also got double-digit walks at 12 this season so far.
The lefty Elrod looks at ball 1.
Just 0.02 of a point away from having a perfect on base percentage.
That pitch in about the same spot there. Elrod with a big cut. Just unable to catch up to it. 1-1 the count now for Dingler. This pitch outside and low. So again, everything in this half inning has been low so far. Elrod ahead in the count, 2-1, 1 out. This one a shot between third and short. Hudson Childers able to get over and keep it from being an extra base hit, but did not have time to make a play on it as a speedy Elrod was already at first base. And so Ty Boozer, the number 9 hitter, up with 1 man on, and we talked about it in the game last week. Ty Boozer, maybe the most impressive 9-hole hitter you're going to find.
Yeah, leads the team in doubles and also has a batting average at .343, which is extremely strong.
Elrod showing some motion over on first base as Boozer fouls this one off over right field. We'll see how much of an annoyance Elrod causes for Dingler. Checks him there. That now throws back across. And Jace easily back on time.
Yeah, Jace, a little speedster, runs around in our outfield, can definitely move around the base path as well.
Leland Morgan, the first baseman for Brownsboro, seems built for first base. Now we're going to have a play at second, and Elrod is going to be in. The throw from the catcher, Snyder, just a little bit offline, and Bobby Dobbs unable to field it. And Jace Elrod is in safely with a steal to second base. Boozer now with a man in scoring position. 1 ball and 1 strike.
The Bears really have not done much to hold the runner at second. Anytime Pleasant Grove has had a runner on second base.
Yeah, there's not even anybody covering the bag there. Boozer does a good job to lay off of that one. Now this one fouled straight back.
Yeah, those last 2 pitches, Dingler getting a little bit quicker on the delivery to keep Elrod a little off his toes.
Tom Boozer may have startled the people in the ticket booth. You can hear that one bounce off the roof of that little building over there. And now he has a shot to left, and it is just foul, and thing sails over the fence. If he was able to straighten that one out, this would be a 2-run ball game.
Just got around just a little quick on that off-speed pitch there.
Ball left here in a hurry and just tailed off there. 2-2 the count now. This time a chopper over to the third, and Wright unable to field it cleanly. It'll be an error there, but Boozer gets to first. It moves Jace Elrod over to third. The Hawks 90 feet away from the first run as the top of the order and Brenton Clark comes back up.
You just got to wonder how much of Jace Elrod's footsteps there sort of distracted the third baseman to make a clean play on that ball.
Yeah, 'cause Jace was over in the middle of that play by the time the ball got there on that chopper from Boozer. The lefty Clark.
Outfielders are playing him straight away in each of their positions.
Looks at ball one, just a little bit high. Brenton got on first to lead the game off, was thrown out at second on a fielder's choice. He's ahead in the count 1-0 here in the bottom of the second.
He does lead the team in RBIs currently, sitting at 33.
Dingler keeping Ty Boozer in check over at first to see.
Ty Boozer's fourth on the team with 7 stolen bases.
This shot from Clark back to the shortstop. He gets the out at second, doubles him up over to Morgan, and that's the way the second will end. This time the Hawks leave 2 on base. Your score after 2, Bears 0, Hawks 0. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, or maybe a new or pre-owned boat or RV, care for a car wash, had a fender bender, or you need service on your vehicle, boat, or RV, we have it all when you let us exceed your expectations at Greg Orr Auto, Marine, and RV in Shreveport, Texarkana, and Ashdown. Shop hassle-free and always be treated like family while choosing from our sensational selection. In Shreveport, visit Orr Acura, or BMW, or Cadillac, or Infiniti, and the Greg Orr Pre-Owned Supercenter. In Texarkana, Mercedes-Benz of Texarkana, Classic Buick GMC, Classic Cadillac, Classic Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Classic Kia, Classic Mazda, Classic Pre-Owned, The Classic Car Wash, Greg Orr Marine and RV, Greg Orr Collision, and Classic Chevrolet in Ashdown. Or visit GregOrAuto.com. Whether you're
All right, welcome back here to Winsboro. As we get ready to start the third, we are knotted at 0. As the Bears come up in the top half of the third, Leland Morgan, the first baseman, will be the first man up for them. Morgan's got to be about 6'5".
He's all of that for sure. And as a first baseman, that probably comes in a little handy.
Yep.
Give your infielders a pretty good target to throw folks out at first.
We talked about it there. The Hawks have left 5 men on base, and that's one of those things you certainly want to get out of your system early.
Yeah, Morgan's one of the 5 sophomores that they have in tonight's starting lineup, and they also have a freshman, so only 3 are juniors or seniors tonight for the Brownsboro Bears.
Kind of evenly equipped as the Hawks are in that way. Morgan looks at strike 1, right on the outside corner from Halter. This one just a little bit further outside, and it'll be a ball. Let's see if we try to come back inside on the tall man with the pink bat. And they do. This one, a chopper fielded by the third baseman, May. He gets it over to Boozer. And so Christian May, a good play there on defense. And the Hawks have 1 away here in the third.
Yeah, I'm not sure Browning would have had enough time to have thrown him out at first had Christian May not come across and made that great play.
Dante Wright, the third baseman for the Bears, swings foul for strike number 1.
You know, the Brownsboro Bears have been in that dugout since about 2 with the sun beating down on them. So you just wonder if that's going to come into play a little bit later tonight as far as their ability to get through this heat.
Might have something to do with my ability to get through this heat. That sun over the left field wall is pretty brutal right now. 2 balls and a strike now, the count. And this one a strike on the inside corner. Not sure Wright agreed with that as he looked back at the umpire. As a check swing, and he says, and appeals to third, says he did not go. And so now the count is full at 3-2. And there it is, strike 3. Cade Martin said, I wanted to throw this around, and maybe we'll have to wait 1 pitch to do it. 2 outs now.
Yeah, good-looking curveball there by Jared Halter, falling right off the table.
Number 13, the 9-hole hitter, Bobby Dobbs. He is the second baseman for Brownsboro. And Halter looking at a chance to get out of 3 without turning the lineup over. Strike 1 now to even the count.
Nice pitch.
This one fouled off to the right. Sort of a self-preservation swing there from Dobbs. This one low and outside. The 2-2 pitch from Jarrett. Again, low and outside, and the count will be full once again.
Yeah, Jared, a senior leader on this team, doing some self-coaching out there. He knew that he let that ball get behind him, so I expect this one to come right down the center.
And it does. Foul ball. Dobbs just got a little bit on top of that one. So we'll reset and do it again.
I think we'll go a little off speed this time. Not exactly.
A little bit low. And ball 4. And so Dobbs will walk. And so the top of the order does come back up. Number 4, Hudson Childers, the shortstop. He struck out in the opening at bat of the contest. But the Bears now with a man on first. This one up in the air. And Ty Boozer making it a little more interesting than it had to be.
Well, I think with the wind, it started pushing it behind him, and he was having to run full blast to get there, but very athletic, acrobatic catch there to end the inning.
So Ty Boozer, with a dramatic catch in foul territory, ends the third inning. And so we'll take a break. Still knotted at 0. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
Craving Tex-Mex that tastes like home? Look no further than Tamales Mexican Kitchen. Family owned and operated since 1992, we bring Texarkana the freshest flavors this side of the border. We use only the highest quality ingredients, with fresh vegetables chopped daily. Our salsa is made from scratch with steam-peeled Roma tomatoes for a taste that explodes with flavor. We don't settle for anything less than USDA All-American meats, like our signature skirt steak fajitas. Every dish is made with love, from our kitchen to your table. Make Tamales your go-to spot for Taco Tuesdays, Enchilada Wednesdays, or any day you're craving a taste of home. Tamales Mexican Kitchen. Real, fresh Tex-Mex, tastes like home.
Welcome back, baseball fans, to Winsboro Raider Baseball Field here in the city of Winsboro. Starting to get a little more temperate now as that sun gets down low as we head into the bottom of the third. The Hawks with Jarrett Halter coming up to bat. Number 2 man in the lineup.
Matt, we do have a few Bear fans watching with us tonight, so we appreciate them joining our stream tonight. We'll try to call it as fair as possible, but we are a little biased.
We're going to be biased, but we won't say anything disparaging and get your kids. That I can promise you that at least.
That's very fair.
Very fair. Halter now batting from the right side. Carson Dingler is the pitcher for Brownsboro, the lefty. He is a senior. And Halter with a shot to center field. Bounces off the wall. Lincoln Burton is able to field it on the bounce, but Halter is into second on a big one-swing double here to start the third. And that thing carried for a while. Thought it had a chance there for a second, Jay.
Well, and I think maybe a couple of strides that Halter had, he was hopeful.
Yeah. Had to kind of turn the Jets on around the corner there.
But a great hit to get him onto second base, standing up.
So that'll bring up number 19, Spencer Browning. He's at shortstop tonight with Halter on the mound. Browning normally the third baseman. He looks over and gets the call from Coach Fincher. Browning batting from the right side as well. He homered in the last Hawk baseball game. And he shows bunt on a ball that was in the dirt, and so pulls out of it quickly. And so we'll see if Coach Fincher tries to use Browning to move Halter over to third. Knotted up at 0 here. The Hawks have left 5 on base, and so you know Coach Fincher anxious to try to get somebody across home here in the bottom of the third. This one a shot towards shortstop. It's fielded, thrown over to the third baseman. And he's able to get the lead runner, Halter. And you can see Coach Fincher talking to him saying, if it's over here to this side, you got to make sure that he gets past the infield. And so Halter, maybe just a little bit of a mix-up on the base running there. And so the Hawks with a man on first. That's Browning. 1 out now for Cade Martin, the catcher, as he steps in from the right side.
Well, and just a wise play by Childers there to go to third there to get the lead runner out. Spencer with a little bit of a lead, and Cade Martin looks at an off-speed pitch right down the middle for strike 1. You can hear his dad in the background saying, "Woo, son, gotta swing at that."
This one a little bit high and outside from Dingler. Even the count at 1 apiece. He checks back over to make sure Spencer Browning.
Browning's doing a real good job taking a couple extra steps once the ball is pitched to the Martin here.
Cade fouling this one off to the right side. A big swing there from the big senior catcher. Now he's behind 1-2 in the count. Dingler's thrown 45 pitches. This is his 46th. Now we're going to take time, get everybody reset, and we'll do it all over again.
Should a third game be necessary, these pitch counts could come into play. And who's available to pitch on Friday in relief?
Yeah, you're not going to have the requisite rest time between Wednesday and Friday. So, yeah, you certainly don't want to run your counts up if you can, or certainly don't want to have to use up extra pitching. This one high and outside once again. It makes it a full count at 3-2, and Cade Martin worked a walk on his first at-bat. You talked about how prolific he is at that, and here on a full count has a chance to do something with this one. He's choked up high on the bat. And again, looks at high and outside, and once again, Cade Martin with the free pass to first base, and the Hawks with 2 men on. As Walker Wright will once again come in to run for the catcher. Cade Martin, Hunter Rose comes up to bat in the same situation he was in earlier. This first time he took a ball off the right kidney to get a free pass to first base. I don't think he'd mind getting on base again, but he may choose a different path if given the option.
Pleasant Grove has not had a hard time getting runners on base, just getting them to home.
And the lefty Rose looks at a high pitch for ball 1.
Both Hawks moving off the base on the base path. Neither base being covered by the Bears.
And then eerily similar sequel to the first inning. Hunter Rose takes a shot. This one off the back right shoulder, and he is once again on base. And once again, Landon West is up with bases loaded, the left fielder for the Hawks. This time, 1 out on the board. Landon West with a chance to do something here for Pleasant Grove.
Yeah, striking out the first time he batted tonight, looking to avenge that with a hit that should score a run.
These are the 8th batters that Pleasant Grove has put on base so far this evening. And now Landon calls for time. Let's look at it for a second. The man behind him is the designated hitter, Buck Anderson. Landon now shows bunt, pulls back from it, and now Spencer Browning gets getting a rundown, but a bad throw by the catcher. And boy, a play that looked like maybe a base path mistake by Spencer Browning, and he was trying to get back to the bag. The catcher makes an errant throw there. And Snyder trying to connect with Dante Wright. Ball goes into the outfield, and now the Hawks with a run across and a man on second and third.
First base now open. West looking to advance 2 Hawk runners.
Landon West again showing bunt, pulls it back. This one high. Ball 2. So the third baseman right, sort of crashing toward home plate. The shortstop going over to cover the bag.
Yeah, the past few batters, I would make Dingler throw a pitch in the strike zone before I swung again.
And again, a time called by West. Yeah, Dingler's kind of been a little bit high this whole inning. This one down the middle, and it is a shot from Landon West out to the right fielder. 2 Hawks are going to score as he brings in Walker Wright, who was in for Cade Martin and Hunter Rose. And the Hawks now lead 3-0. A big single there by Landon West, and Buck Anderson, the designated hitter, now up. 1 out. The Hawks up 3-0. Whoever's running the scoreboard has it all kinds of funky.
Yeah, Dingler getting a visit from Coach, and going to talk this out a little bit. Dingler's control has just been a little off this inning. See what Coach can do to get him zoned back in.
Well, that's kind of what you end up with there. He was high a few times in that, and then that last one there, man, he just piped it straight down the middle, and maybe just a little bit of frustration or just trying to get a strike in there. And
Now up to bat,
Landon West
Buck Anderson.
made the most of it with a good hard shot out to right field for a single. Buck Anderson now with 1 man on. 3-0 lead for the Hawks here in the third. That one a little bit low. Ball 1 for the sophomore DH. This one low again. And again, we talked about it, Dingler had some times where he would consistently maybe be a little bit high and a little bit low. And like you said, just kind of having a problem filling up the middle of that zone there. This one a little bit inside, and Buck gets around on it. Pulls it a little bit too much. It'll be foul off of the third baseline.
Do have a scoring update from the Liberty Aloe score, and it is still 0-0 in the bottom of the 5th.
Oh, wow. Buck here, 2-1. This one. Deep.
That's trouble.
Ball to left center. Center fielder unable to get to it. It goes to the wall. Landon West rounding third. He's going to score. Buck Anderson all the way into third. A triple for the sophomore DH. As Buck Anderson sends it down the power alley. And the Hawks now lead 4-0. 1 out. And number 6, Jace Elrod, the 8-hole batter, and the left fielder up for the Hawks.
Yeah, that was an explosive hit there by Anderson, and if you are a Brownsboro Bears coach, that's got to cause some concern, leaving Dingler in there too much longer.
This one, inside on Elrod. Kind of got away from Snyder, but Elrod quickly got his hand up. Told Buck, hey, stay put there at third. Elrod looks at ball 2. Again, that one high for Dingler. This one down a little bit low, and it's 3-0. The count. I don't know if they're having problems on the scoreboard here at Winsboro or they're just having some operator failure. This one inside, and it is a 4-pitch walk. by Elrod. So now Ty Boozer, the first baseman, comes up. 2 men on for the 9-hole hitter for the Hawks. A man on first and a man on third. Waiting behind him is the leadoff man, number 2, Brenton Clark.
Got another Texarkana update. Texas High is trailing 1-0 in the bottom of the 6th, so wish them a few runs to be scored.
Boozer now shows bunt. And Elrod trying to get back to first, and now Buck Anderson is in. Safe! Elrod gets over to second, and so the play works to perfection for the Hawks. Jace Elrod gets out on the base pass, gets the Bears throwing it around. Buck Anderson breaks for home, and he's able to slide in before the ball gets there. Hawks lead at 5-0. Ty Boozer has a man on second base with 1 out here in the 3rd. And this one inside. Going to hit Boozer on the left leg. We have a man on first and a man on second. One of the Hawk fans here was imploring Boozer, said hit him hard, and then he told the pitcher, I didn't tell you to hit him hard. But Boozer will take the free base, and now the most dangerous hitter for the Hawks is up with 1 out and 2 men on. Brenton Clark, he hit into a double play his last time up.
Yeah, shortstop's leaning a little bit towards second base, so Brenton definitely has a little room on that left side of the infield to knock it through.
And that's about where he was standing last time, and Brenton put it just there.
At a balk?
Yep, it is going to be a balk. And that's going to move the 2 runners over, and so the pitcher did not get fully set before delivering that pitch. Brenton looks at a ball high.
Left and right fielder look like they're playing a little in for me.
Yeah. Clark once again. Ball straight to the shortstop. He's able to get over there and get Brenton out at first, but Jace Elrod does come across, and so Clark with an RBI. And the Hawks now up 6-0, 2 outs in the 3rd. And now the pitcher, Jarrett Halter, is up for Pleasant Grove. This one high and outside, ball 1. Ty Boozer over on third for the Hawks. This one a little chopper over the pitcher's head. Shortstop unable to get there. Ty Boozer's going to be in for the score. And Jarrett Halter is going to get to first. That ball took a minute to get to Hudson Childers, the shortstop, and he could not field it cleanly. And the Hawks have put up 6 here in the 3rd, 7 here in the 3rd. I'm sorry, the scoreboard out there says 40552 or something. I think they're trying to get it reset.
I do want to bring up that Pleasant Grove has played the last 4 games with 10-run rules.
7-0 here. This one inside, bounces off the plate. It'll be ball 1 to Spencer Browning. He's playing shortstop. Halter on first, and yeah, Browning does represent the 9th run if he's able to get himself and Halter in. This one a shot foul down the left field side. 1-1 the count now. This one, a deep shot. It's high toward the power alley.
He's lost it.
It's floating, bounces off the wall. And Spencer Browning is going to be in for a stand-up triple. And that one all the way to the base of the wall at the 370 sign. I thought that one had a chance to go also. But it is a triple. The Hawks lead it 8-0. And Hunter Rose now coming up. Rose, 2 hits tonight. Both of those were him getting hit by pitches. So he's hoping he can get to base in a different manner. Oh, no, he was just out there picking up some gloves. He said, I'm not going out here right now. Next up is Cade Martin, the catcher for the Hawks. This ball sliced to right field, and it's fair. Cade Martin will have an RBI. He's at second, still on his feet. Cade Martin, the big man. Rumbling into third, Cade Martin with a stand-up triple. He brings Spencer Browning in. The Hawks lead at 9-0.
I'm out of breath.
There's the big senior, Cade Martin.
Watching him do that.
That was a long run. Cade stares back over at the pitcher like, hey, man, why are you making me run this far? That ball barely bouncing inside the right field line and then rolled all the way to the fence as Carson Crosby went over to try to get a hold of it, and Hunter Rose looks at strike one inside. As I alluded to, he has been hit by a pitch on each of his first 2 at-bats. Rose swing and a miss. Strike 2 now on the sophomore center fielder. This one a little chopper back to first. And the pitcher able to get it over there for the out, but the Hawks put up a crooked number, 9 runs in the bottom of the third. They lead it 9-0 as we move into the fourth. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove versus Brownsboro on Texarkana Game Day.
Texar is a community-first credit union which has served members in and around the Texarkana area since 1951.
Having 3 offices and employing almost 100 people, today Texar serves citizens of Cass, Bowie, Little River, Miller, Red River, and Lamar counties.
Through the years, we've had many different names.
From our humble beginnings as Bowie County Teachers Credit Union to where we are today.
We are honored to offer our members quality service with exceptional products.
We also take pride in staying one step ahead when it comes to introducing the latest and greatest in banking technology.
From personal to commercial banking.
And turning houses into homes.
We believe in banking made easy.
To make life easier for you.
Welcome back here to Winsboro. The Pleasant Grove Hawks explode for 9 runs in the bottom of the third. They kind of did it every which way possible, but a couple of big triples at the end of that inning. We're able to score 9 Hawk runners. And now the Bears back up number 8. He's the number 2 man in the lineup. Harley Peacock, the left fielder. Little chopper to shortstop. Browning fires it over and caught. Beautiful play by Spencer Browning. Coming up for shortstop, and he had to charge that ball in a hurry to get to the slow roller and then put it on a rope. 1 out now as the pitcher, Carson Dingler, comes up to try to help his own cause. He looks at ball 1 just inside from Jared Halter. Strike 2 on the fastball from Jarrett. 1-1 now the count as he works quickly. This one, shot to third, bounces off the third baseman. Browning picks it up, gets it over to first, but it will not get to Ty Boozer in time, so Christian May is a little bit of an issue getting that one scooped up, but a good job by Browning to get over there. And I'm starting to think Ty Boozer just likes to jump in the air. That ball was about chest high, and he still jumped up to get it. One man on now for the Bears, number 3, Carson Crosby, the right fielder. This went up high. Cade Martin will have a chance for it. And instead, Jared Halter comes over and says, hey, I'll take it. You've got all that gear on. 2 outs now as the junior pitcher does it on his own. And the next man up is number 20, the center fielder, Lincoln Burton, for the Bears.
Yeah, Halter pretty efficient this inning pitching.
Shot to right field. This thing's going to float foul. And that one looked a little eerily similar to the one that Martin hit, but it just kept on floating there as Landon West was trying to track it down. Instead, it'll just be a long strike one.
And a long walk back to first base by Dingler, who was running full speed to third base whenever Coach finally slowed him down, let him know it went foul.
The 0-1 now, and Halter says, let me just see how tired and paying attention you are, Dingler, after that little 200-foot jaunt. We're going to try it again. Halter's already got one man tonight on that, and that one's about as close as you can get.
That was a little bit slower call than the umpire's been making, too.
This one fouled off to the left side, off the light pole. That gets everybody nervous. You don't know where it's going to go after that. Then you got a bunch of hands on the head out here.
See if Jared throws back to first here after that foul ball.
The 0-2 now. This one will stay fair in right field, but Landon West is able to stand in one spot and get under it. 3 up, 3 down, and the Hawks take a 9-run lead into the 5th. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
Diamond Bank walks with its customers through every step of life, side by side. From the first checking account in high school to the first home or business loan, Diamond Bank is committed to helping you with all of your financial needs. Diamond Bank's growth is the result of the growth of our customers, and we want to help you feel that same growth. We are proud to have the ability to give back to our local school districts, community organizations, veterans, customers, and more in a multitude of ways. Come discover the Diamond Bank difference with local people making local decisions for our local community. Stop by our current location in Texarkana at 5714 Richmond Road or visit us online at www.diamond.bank to see our products and services. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back here to Winnsboro, bottom of the 4th. Man who ended the last half inning in the field with a catch in right field, Landon West, will start things off for the Hawks. Pleasant Grove with a 9-0 lead here going into the bottom half of 4. Carson Dingler still the man up for the Bears. Just a reminder, once this game is final, game number 2 will begin approximately 30 minutes after that, and we will have it for you right here on Texarkana Game Day on Facebook or on YouTube, or wherever you watch your baseball.
Yeah, a quick review of the district season that Pleasant Grove had, and of the 15 games, 11 of those were by 10-run or more decisions.
So the Hawks maybe with a chance to do that in this one. The first man with something to say about that will be the right fielder, Landon West. Landon came into tonight's game batting .239. The 6th man in the order.
West.
He's the one that kind of got some of the scoring going in the last inning with the bases loaded. He hugs the box in from the right side, showing bunt. As the lefty Dingler gets set and ready. High floater, fielded by the second baseman, Bobby Dobbs. And the Hawks with one out. Quickly here in the bottom of the fourth. Next up is the designated hitter, number 23, Buck Anderson.
Now batting number 23, Buck Anderson.
And West just got a little bit under that fastball.
Definitely don't have the same wind as we did when the game started, but it's still blowing a little bit out towards center.
Buck Anderson looks at ball one, a changeup that comes in just a little bit high for Dingler, and I think he wanted that one. He looked a little bit exasperated there as he looked toward the home plate umpire. This one down the middle, Buck Anderson underneath it as well, and it comes backwards, out of play. Evens the count at 1-1.
Your Liberty-Allo score is still 0-0. They are now going into the bottom of the 7, where Liberty-Allo has their middle of the lineup up to bat.
So the Leopards with a chance to walk it off there in hooks. Buck Anderson fouls this one off to the right, over into the softball dugouts over outside of right field. Now he shows that bump familiar seeing on strike 3. This one low and inside. 2-2 the count now.
Yeah, good eye there by Anderson laying off on that one. Dingler backs off the back of the mound to think about this.
That one a little bit low, and Buck Anderson has worked a full count after being behind early in this at-bat. That the 81st pitch from Dingler. Now Buck Anderson, a hard shot to right center. It's going to be high, though, and it gives the center fielder, Lincoln Burton, plenty of time to get under it. And so now the Hawks with 2 outs here. Jace Elrod, the number 8 hitter.
I think Elrod's been on base both times with hits.
See if he can get a rally going here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Looks at this one straight down the middle for strike 1.
Looks like the right fielder may be shading him a little bit towards the line, so there's definitely a shot in the alley for him.
Big field there if he hits it toward that 370 sign. This one low and outside, bounces in the right side batter's box. 1-1 now the count. That one outside as well.
We have almost no wind now.
Yep.
Flag barely moving at all.
A little bit calm as the sun gets a little lower. This time Elrod just fights this one off, maybe sort of a self-preservation check swing there. It'll be a foul ball. 2-2 the count now. Shows bunt and pulls it back now. Outside pitch for ball 3. And once again, another Hawk batter working a full count here. Against Dingler. Elrod. Look at ball 4 in the dirt. Gets it down to first base, and it brings up the 9-hole, number 28, Ty Boozer, the first baseman.
Now batting number 28, Ty Boozer.
Yeah, warm afternoon, and Dingler has just thrown his 88th pitch.
Yeah, he some decisions to be made soon. And again, with another game coming up right after this. You know, the Brownsboro coaches do not want to burn up any other pitches, especially in a 9-0 contest. Ty Boozer looks at the 1-0. Hard hit over to the third baseman. Fielded by Wright. It's across to Morgan. And it's 3 up and 3 down for the Hawks in the bottom of 4. We head to the 5th inning. Pleasant Grove leads it 9-0. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
Hi, I'm Brooklyn Stevens, General Manager and Marketing Director for Local Habit Coffee Company. Local Habit exists to spark a revival of local communities and the beauty they inherently possess by bringing people together over exceptional third-wave coffee. We then want them to take the joy and good vibes they get from us out into their local town and go make something good happen.
One of our top priorities is providing exceptional customer service. We want to make sure our customers left better than when they came in.
Our customers should walk away thinking about how incredible their coffee was, how nice and genuine their barista was, and how inviting and comforting our space is.
Come by today and enjoy a hot cup of coffee with us.
Welcome back here to Winsboro as we move into the top of the 5th. Jarrett Halter, still the man on the bump for the Hawks. He's completed 4 innings of shutout baseball.
Yeah, the Bears have to start thinking about just the number of outs remaining in this game and need to get something started here and remove that goose egg from their side of the scoreboard.
Hunter Snyder, the sophomore catcher, the man up from the right side for the Bears. And he swings foul for strike 1. And a little slow roller toward third base into foul territory. This one a little high and inside from Halter on the off speed. Snyder kind of ducked down to get out of the way of that one. Fastball outside, and it's 2-1. This one, a hard shot into the gap. Jace Elrod have to go all the way back to the wall to get it, and Snyder will have a stand-up double. So he puts the bat on the ball and gives the Bears a little bit of a spark here in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, Morgan using all of his height to get the third out of that last inning as that throw across the field was on the high side. So
Coach Fincher wants to go out and talk to Jarrett about it a little bit, and really that's the first at-bat that we've seen him maybe have a little bit of control issue there, and that fastball down the middle there, Snyder was able to get around on, put out kind of in that deepest part of the field there at left center. Seen a couple of Hawks put balls there, and that time Snyder takes advantage of that spot as well. So all consciences are clear. And we're ready to get this thing kicked off.
Yeah, during one of the breaks, you made a phenomenal correction of mine that Halter's only a junior.
Fortunate correction. How about that? Fortunate that we get him back.
I've been watching him since his freshman year, so we had a balk called.
Yep.
So we now have a runner at third for the Bears.
So they say Jarrett started and then stopped and started again. And so, yeah, now the Bears 90 feet away from the first score of the evening. And Leland Morgan fouls off strike number 1. It's kind of a little bit of a slow swing there to make contact with that. This one, straight down the middle. A little bit of sauce on that one from Jared Halter, and I've been frustrated by that balk, and he's back and ready to go as soon as Morgan steps into the batter's box. This one, a hit over to second base, fielded by Brenton Clark, but it will score the runner. The pinch runner in there was Dane Springer. He was in for Hunter Schneider, the catcher, and so Brownsboro gets a man across here in the top of the 5th. It's a 9-1 lead for Pleasant Grove. Number 5, Dante Wright, the third baseman. Foul strike number 1 off to the right side. Here's the second pitch. This one fouled right back over our head for strike number 2. So Wright now behind 0-2. This one a little bit low, goes underneath the glove of Cade Martin there, rolls all the way to the backstop.
Hey, Jarrett working pretty quick with the ball now.
That one low and inside. So Halter maybe showing a little bit of fatigue here. His 63rd pitch coming up. This a high shot toward right field. Landon West steps under it. With the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up number 13 for the Bears, their 9-hole hitter, Bobby Dobbs. He's the sophomore second baseman. And, yep, they're going to take the ball here. From Jared Halter, and I believe he's just going to trade places with Spencer Browning. Browning coming in from the shortstop position to get warmed up here. And so Jared Halter gets through 5 2/3. 1 earned run on the evening, and 64 pitches, and so maybe Coach Fincher just I'm going to let him go. We talked about it. It's been a while since he's had to start, been a while since he's thrown that many pitches, and so maybe Coach Fincher just not wanting to put him in a situation to either maybe overexert himself or do anything that would kind of mess with some of his confidence. Pitched a phenomenal game in these first 5 innings, and so we'll see if Spencer Browning can come in now and get this thing closed out for the Hawks.
Spencer, a little bit more velocity that the Bears are going to have to face here as they try to get a couple more runs on the board this inning to try to get back into this game. I'm just not sure if Spencer Browning is the pitcher that you would want to choose to do that against.
No, at this point, I think maybe the Bears just hope to kind of string together a few hits at a time.
Just got through taking a peek at the pitcher list of Pleasant Grove. I'd probably let the other team pick which one they want.
say choose one to throw. Dobbs now up, looks at a low pitch from Browning, ball number 1. Bobby Dobbs again, one of the many sophomores on this team for Brownsboro. And I believe Coach Fincher was telling me their coach retiring after this season, been in it for quite some time. And certainly not leaving the cupboard bare when you got a team this young and you get them into the playoffs and get them into a playoff series. And It'll be a good opportunity for someone to come in and maybe build on a program that has had some success and coach that I think coaches some kids hard and lots of good potential in this Brownsboro team. Strike 3 on Dobbs, and Spencer Browning gets the Hawks out of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Hawks leading at 9-1. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
Meet Tony Langford Roofing, your trusted name in roofing solutions. Decades of experience and top-notch service. Passionate about your home safety, we treat every roof like our own. From repairs to full installations, we've got your home covered. Upgrade your roof with our variety of styles and materials. For roofs that last long, choose Tony Langford Roofing. We've got you covered.
Texline Card House, where the stakes are high and the cards are hotter than ever. Here at Texline Card House, we deal in excitement, strategy, and unforgettable moments. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a first-timer, our tables cater to every level of skill and ambition. Join the poker revolution where every hand can be your winning hand. Get in on the action. Come see us at pokeratlas.com for all of our updates and experience the game like never before. Texline Card House is the best little poker house in Texas.
All right, welcome back here to Brownsboro, bottom of the 5th. Hawks leading it 9-1, and we got a different man in on the mound for Brownsboro, Dante Wright, the sophomore, started off at third.
Well, Liberty Allo was able to pull their game out 1-0 with a walk-off single up the middle with the bases loaded. Dylan Neighbors coming through for Liberty Allo, so they are now leading their series 1-0.
Good job there by the Leopards. Brenton Clark leading it off here for Pleasant Grove. A high looping out, caught by Hudson Childers, the shortstop, making his way out there. Trying to see. Carson Crosby moved over to third out of right field. Dante Wright is the pitcher. Garrett Halter now up for the Hawks. If Pleasant Grove scores 2 runs this bottom half of the inning, this one will be over. Who's that guy? Halter looks at strike 1, little off-speed pitch. Right down the middle from right. This one outside. Even the count at 1-1.
Jared 2 for 3 tonight, so had a good time on the pitcher's mound and behind the plate. Or at the plate.
Trying to figure out if Dingler went out to right field. That's what I'm guessing. Everybody else has stayed the same. Hard hit over to the shortstop. But Childers able to make the play in time, just beats Jarrett Halter to first base with the throw over to Leland Morgan. And it's quickly 2 outs now for the Hawks, and the man who is in pitching, Spencer Browning, is now up for PG. Browning, a high hit, and the catcher, Snyder, unable to pull it in there, and I think he was just having a hard time tracking and started to float back toward the field. He was unable to pull it in, and now the home plate umpire asking if we can get the lights turned on. So Spencer Browning with life here. Looks at ball one low. And now we have a very helpful cloud out there in left field. This one low as well. 2 balls and a strike now for Browning.
Yeah, with the cloud rolling in, we definitely need the lights to come on soon.
The thing is, they're LEDs and they come on immediately. Spencer Browning, shot to third, straight to the third baseman on a line drive. Carson Crosby fields that one. And so 3 up, 3 down for the Hawks at the bottom of the 5th. We head to the top of the 6th. Pleasant Grove leading it 9-1. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk baseball on Texarkana Game Day. Welcome back here, top of the 6th. Pleasant Grove leading it 9-1 over Brownsboro. Spencer Browning in relief for the Hawks, trying to put this one away.
Yeah, I want to thank all of those that have watched the stream with us tonight, and we will be having the second game 30 minutes after the end of this one, so please come back, and when you do, like and share how you're watching it so that we can take care of many folks tonight to watch Game 2 of this playoff series.
Those 2 games scheduled here tonight. If we end tonight tied at 1-1, we will have a deciding Game 3 Friday night at Hawk Field, as we talked about on the other side of the break. Liberty Ilo walked it off this evening. They lead Chapel Hill in their series 1-0. They've got 2 games scheduled over in the Tyler area, I think, on Friday.
Yeah, I think there was just a conversation with the coaches on whether they want to continue playing without the lights on or wait for them to be turned on.
I don't understand what the wait is for when they're LED lights, unless somebody doesn't have the key to the lights or something. But it is a little bit dark here. Sun setting pretty quickly, so I do think we want to see a little bit more than what we got going. If you've been around the high school lately, you see a lot of the work going on there. The baseball and softball digs for the Hawks for next season are well underway. Baseball field about 95%. Graded out on the dirt there. The softball field about somewhere between 75 and 80%. And then the new football practice field and track just to the north of that will come in next. They got a kind of even about 6 inches in disparity from one end to the other. But all of that scheduled to be done just a little bit later in the fall, certainly on time for next year's ball seasons. So that'll help us in instances maybe where we've had to travel a little bit to get away because of rain. It'd be nice to have a nice turf field to be able to play on.
Got a few upgrades going on at the football field as well.
Yes, sir.
Had some shared that there were some LED lights put on this week and turf going down. So looks like both teams are going to go to the dugouts and wait out.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
The lights being turned on.
But yeah, new turf will start on the baseball field anytime in the next couple of days. Really, that'll be done by the end of next week. And then, as you alluded to, we over the last 2 days changed out all the old metal halide lights that take forever to turn on and warm up and all that to new LED lights. And so we're excited to get that stuff cranked up and turned on. The field house is just about ready to get moved in, trying to get some things finalized on the elevator and some of that before we can open it up to students. And then the scene shop for theater is done. They've moved into there. And so they're using that space, getting ready for all the end of the year school plays and awards. And then the cafeteria well underway. That will be ready to open school up in August. So some exciting times there.
That is. Yeah, I've decided to extend my education.
Yep.
And I'm not saying I haven't finished my assignment that's due at midnight tonight, but I was really enjoying this game going a little bit quicker than it is.
Yeah.
So this timeout may require me to do a little work on the drive back in the truck.
Do a little typing up. Well, we are in a lighting delay, not lightning delay, but a lack of lighting delay. So not really sure what the holdup is here, but we're waiting on getting some lights turned on here in Winsboro. Tell you what, why don't we take a break for a couple of minutes, and we'll try to catch up and let you know when we get some lights down. But we'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
My name is Doug Willett. I own M&M Tire and Auto Center. We've been here for over 40 years. We're just a mom and pop place. We service any type of vehicle that you can think of. We do front end alignments. We've got the best front end alignment machine guys here. And we also do AC work for the new Freon, which is the 1234 FY. We do that too. Plus tires. Now that's the major thing. Cooper Tire employees, we're really special with them. We give you 15% off, plus also you get your Goodyear employee refunds back on your tires, which is great for you. Extra value is what you get when you buy from Doug Willett. Don't worry, my guys will take care of you too.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
All right, well, and the janitor said, "Let there be light." They were able to track somebody down.
Yeah, I think it was the flux capacitor was out.
Is that what it was? I think they waited until Jay got as far as possible away from this seat before the lights came back on.
One of our phenomenal fathers decided that he would bring me my bottle of water to me whenever the lights went back on.
Delivery service. My goodness. Looks like it's coming here.
Yep. So if you need any orthodontia work,
well, that's what I was going to say. That's service with a smile right there.
Dr. Anderson. But I did help pay for this.
Well, I was going to say, I don't know if he bought you that water, but if he did, you can thank the Fry family for it, because, yeah. Spencer Browning now with strike number 1 to the batter. Number 4 is the leadoff man, Hudson Childers, the senior shortstop for the Bears, as we start the top of the 6th inning. Pleasant Grove leading it 9-1. This one outside from Browning. 1-2. This one a little chopper. Back to Halter now in at shortstop. He gets it over to Boozer at first. And quickly, there's one away.
Yeah, good catch and toss to first base for out number 1 here.
That brings up number 8, Harley Peacock. He's playing left field, and he's the second hitter, and he's a freshman for Brownsboro. So this one a high blooper over to shortstop, and Jared Halter makes the play again. So Halter came in and pitched really well, and now here in the 6th, as he moves back over to shortstop, he's been a part of both outs to start this inning. Carson Dingler, he's the man who started on the mound for the Bears. He comes up now in the 3-hole. He looks at a strike on the inside corner. I'll tell you, Cade Martin did a good job of framing that one there in the bottom of the strike zone. Browning sends it. This one a shot to left field. Jace Elrod backing up, and he's able to get under it. Dingler hits it hard, but Elrod able to get under there, and it's 3 up and 3 down. And the Hawks head into the bottom of 6, leading 9-1. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
Life is busy, and we get it. The State Bank mobile app was designed to make banking more convenient for you. Check account activity, make transfers, pay bills, and manage your debit card in a snap. You can deposit checks from the convenience of your home or wherever life lands you. The State Bank app lets you organize your accounts, manage alerts, and easily email our customer service experts. Now that you have State Bank at your fingertips, you can spend more time doing what's important to you.
Your family, your bank, State Bank.
All right, welcome back here. Bottom of the 6th, Pleasant Grove leading it 9-1. And technology allows you to watch the Hawks from anywhere. Maybe even
the front porch at Ruby Ranch.
Sitting on the front porch of Ruby Ranch. Mr. Davis checking out the Hawks on the laptop. Senior catcher Cade Martin had a big triple his last at-bat. Now he's here to start the 6th for the Hawks. This time a high ball fielded by the center fielder, Lincoln Burton. And it's one away for the Hawks. Hunter Rose now back up to bat. Grounded out in his last at bat. Got on base 2 times before that after being hit by a pitch. He steps in with a 9-1 lead here. One away in the bottom of 6. This ball on the outside corner in for a strike. Dante Wright has come in on relief for the Bears.
Great framing job there.
Yeah, that's. I thought one in that last half inning, Cade Martin maybe got a low ball for a strike. I think that one outside might have been a strike. Hunter Rose hits this one from the outside of the plate, deep into the right center gap, but the center fielder, Lincoln Burton, is able to slide over and get under that one. And we've got 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. And so the Bears say they're at least going to make the Hawks go the distance in this one. 1 out away, and they get to at least have a say in the final of this one with their bats. Landon West looks at ball 1, low and outside. He's the right fielder for the Hawks. This one inside, bounces in the dirt. Or the brown grass.
Either one works when you're playing on turf.
A little better than the dirt if there's been a shower or two. This one a little low and outside. I thought that one's kind of dangerously close to being called a strike as well. Kind of in that same area. And this one a little off speed right down the middle. Landon taking the whole way. Dante right now with a 3-1 to count. This one down the middle again. West fouls this one off and to the right into the Brownsboro Bear faithful.
Yeah, Landon very patient there watching those first 3 balls, but two back-to-back strikes.
And you look up there, really, other than the 1 inning where the Hawks, as West gets on first via the walk, but other than the 1 inning where the Hawks scored 9 runs, Pleasant Grove has been scoreless in this thing, and so the bats got hot for an inning there, but other than that, not consistent hitting from either team so far. Buck Anderson now up to hit. He looks at strike 1.
Buck's a big boy, has a big strike zone.
Apparently so. This one, though, still a little bit high. That one up there by the brim of the hat's going to be a ball, and we're 1-1.
Pleasant Grove looking for a 2-out rally here to end this game.
Landon West is going to make it the second. Had a hit and run going on. Buck with a swinging strike, but the ball got away from the catcher as he was trying to make the transition to his throwing hand to try to make a play against West. And now Landon West in scoring position over on second.
That's his 6th stolen base of the season.
2-2 the count now for Anderson. I think they've got it wrong on the scoreboard. This one high. Woo. I'd had a hard time laying off of that one, Jay. A little bit outside. And now we've got a full count.
Looks like there is a little more life in the flag out there in center field.
Yep, got a little more wind behind it now. This one right down the middle. Buck Anderson, a deep shot toward that flag in center field. Off the wall. Ty Boozer is going to score. Anderson rounding second, going to third. And he's going to slide into third. The big triple.
Second one of the night
from Buck Anderson. And the Hawks lead 10-1. Jace Elrod now up to bat with a man on third. Anything through the infield and down. And this one will be over. Jace Elrod had a 10-run walk-off home run a couple of weeks ago. And he looks at ball 1 outside.
Coach Fincher wasting no time giving Elrod his call.
I think the call has hit the ball hard. Elrod with a shot toward the gap. Center fielder trying to get over to it. He does not. It bounces over the fence. It'll be a stand-up double, but that doesn't matter. Buck Anderson comes in. 11-1. The Hawks win it in 6. They take the series lead 1-0.
So those on the stream come back in 30 minutes, and we will have game 2 between the Brownsboro Bears and the winning Pleasant Grove Hawks of the first game of this series.
And so game 2 will start around 8:30. And so look for us to begin the stream just a little bit before that. But again, the final here, 11-1. Pleasant Grove takes the 1-0 lead over Brownsboro. We'll be back for game 2 here at 8:30. Thanks for watching us. We'll be back soon. This is Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.